Vice Chair Gong, we are working to get the 2 staff members that need to be present for items A4 and A5 on the Zoom meeting. So we're working on that, and I also need to confer with Mark in the AV room to make certain everything else is back on broadcast. So give us just a moment for me to step back there while we get it all together, okay?
Great. Thank you very much.
Chair Gong, we can go ahead and resume. I appreciate, again, your patience.
Thank you very much. I am calling the meeting back to order. The Commission is returning to open session for action item A1, a request for consideration of a request for closed hearing to appeal a disciplinary action. The Commission has voted and passed a motion and voted to hear the appeal directly before the Commission. The hearing is tentatively scheduled to begin on April 7th, 2026, with a pre-hearing conference tentatively scheduled for March 19th, 2026. Moving on to next item, okay? Item A2, approval of the revised recruitment bulletin for structural rehabilitation specialist. Does staff have a report for that?
Yes, I do. Good evening again, Commission members. Item A2 is from the Human Resources staff. We are requesting that the Civil Service Commission review and approval of the revised recruitment bulletin for the classification of structural rehabilitation specialist. The proposed updates in the job bulletin are intended to ensure the recruitment bulletin reflects current industry standards, departmental needs, and compliance requirements and reflects the approved classification. The Structural Housing Rehabilitation Specialist classification plays a key role within the Housing and Human Services Department through the support of property rehabilitation, code compliance, and contractor coordination for residential and commercial projects. The position also ensures that rehabilitation work complies with local and federal standards, including Housing and Urban Development, HUD Section H Housing Quality Standards, as well as the Culver City Municipal Code. In summary, the recruitment bulletin has been revised to update the minimum requirements specifically for the experience, and that experience adds in housing inspections and code enforcement, as these are reflective of the position's work performed. The revisions were reviewed collaboratively with Housing and Human Services and the Human Resources Departments to ensure it aligns with their operational needs as well as regulatory standards. The proposed revisions before you tonight in attachment 1 will accurately support recruitment, effectively define the role, as well as support ongoing housing program success. It should be noted in both attachments that the attachment lists the division of the position being in code enforcement. However, it should actually reflect that the position is in housing. Mm-hmm. So just one item of correction there. And again, we request your consideration and approval of the revised recruitment bulletin. Should you have questions or require additional clarification, staff as well as Marian Aspenas, our Enforcement Services Manager, are both present here to provide information should the Commission have questions. And thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you very much for that report. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't have any questions. Not at this time.
Okay. I don't have any specific questions or anything on this matter, so I move that item A2 be approved as read into the record.
I'll second that motion.
And was that a second from Commissioner Lepardo?
Yes.
Okay, I think your mic may have been off, but I captured it. So I have a motion by Vice Chair Gong and a second by Commissioner Lepardo to approve the revised recruitment bulletin for structural rehabilitation specialist.
Thank you. May we have a voice vote?
Yes, you may have a voice vote because I don't think the tablets are going to work. So,
I got it.
Commissioner Stern, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Lepardo, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Gong, how do you vote?
Aye.
And the motion passes with 3 yeses.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. Moving on to action item A3, approval of the revised recruitment bulletin for accounting technician. Does staff have a report for that?
Yes. Good evening, Vice Chair Gong and fellow commissioners. Item A3 seeks your approval of the proposed revisions to the recruitment bulletin for the accounting technician position. Significant updates were made to the job duties in the recruitment bulletin for accounting technician to better reflect current responsibilities, create new growth opportunities, support succession planning, and enhance staff retention. These changes aim to establish a more adaptable organizational structure. Additionally, over time, they will enable the finance department to implement leadership layers that will help improve and organize various work assignments across the finance division major functions. As part of these revisions, the title has been changed from accounting technician to finance specialist to better align with the actual duties of the position and to attract a broader applicant pool, avoiding the limitations sometimes associated with the term accounting. Additionally, staff identify an unintentional error in the recruitment bulletin attached regarding the hourly and monthly salary rates. A revised attachment has been provided to reflect the correct salary range and serves as a verbal correction for the record. The city has met and conferred in good faith with Culver City Employees Association, CCEA, regarding the educational requirements and job duties outlined in the revised classification specifications for the accounting technician position. This evening, we have Michael Tower, Finance Manager, is present and available to answer any question the commissions may have. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions? I just have a minor question, if I may. I think during the staff presentation, they note that the accounting technician slash future finance specialist, one of their, I guess, expectations, if you will, is to help augment or enhance growth. Can someone please tell me how that happens?
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Michael Tyler, City Finance Manager. I'm also here with Melody Deesum. She's in the back. She's the Revenue and Budget Supervisor who oversees the Treasury Division. So how it enhances growth is, I think the most important part is it enhances growth opportunities for the position, for the employee in the position. One of the things that's really important for us is to have clear promotional ladders for the staff members so that it's clear on how they can grow from an entry-level position all the way to the supervisor position and even into the manager position once I retire. So we believe that the changes to the job spec more clearly outlines the responsibilities of the position. It moves things in order of importance. One of the things we learned when we were analyzing the job spec was a lot of the most important requirements of the positions were kind of buried at the bottom of the job spec. So we moved those up to the front so it can kind of enhance the transparency of what the staff person is also doing. And it also allows people to promote not just within the Treasury Division and the Accounts Payable Division, but it also allows them to be more marketable for other departments. So that's the growth that we're talking about, specifically for staff.
No, thank you very much. I think it is important to have that particular track available and transparent so you do attract possibly better talent because they may be seeking other opportunities as well. So thank you very much. I have no further questions, so I'll entertain a motion on this. Anybody wants to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept as presented.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Stern and a second by Commissioner Lepardo to approve the revised recruitment bulletin for accounting technician.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Thank you.
And I will go ahead and take a voice vote on that motion. Commissioner Stern, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Lepardo, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Gong, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, and the motion passes with 3 yeses.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, action item A4, approval of the new promotional recruitment bulletin for Scout Vehicle Operator. Can I have a staff report for that?
Yes, good evening, Vice Chair Gong and Commissioners. My name is Stephanie Condren, HR Analyst with the City. Action item A4 tonight seeks your approval of the new promotional recruitment bulletin for Scout Vehicle Operator. The Scout Vehicle Operator position is responsible for collecting refuse, such as solid waste, mixed recycling, and organics, using specialized vehicles to service pedestrian cans, pull and return refuse bins from and to subterranean garages and other locations inaccessible to heavy refuse vehicles. A copy of the new promotional recruitment bulletin is attached in your agenda packet this evening. We did lose our Assistant Environmental Programs and Operations Manager, James Pledger, virtually due to all the technical difficulties, but I will do my best to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. Does any commissioners have questions about this?
No.
Okay. I'm glad to see that we're hiring people. I happen to live in a townhome unit, and I've gotten to know my my Scout vehicle driver. They seem to rotate on random schedules, but trying to get to know them, and I think they do provide a valuable service. So, thank you. I will move that we approve item A4 as read into the bulletin, or read into the minutes. I'm sorry.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion by Vice Chair Gong and a second by Commissioner Lepardo to approve the new promotional recruitment bulletin for Scout Vehicle Operator.
Thank you. Can we have a vote?
Yes, you may. And I will go ahead and do a roll call vote. Oh, I see we've got a couple people with screens. Does everybody have a screen? Vice Chair, do you have a screen?
Mine seems to be stubbornly absent.
Okay. Okey doke. Commissioner Stern, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Lepardo, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Gong, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, and the motion passes with 3 yeses.
Thank you. Moving on to action item A5, approval of the revised recruitment bulletin for street maintenance supervisor. Can I have a report for that one?
Yes. So good evening, Vice Chair Gong and Commissioners. This is Stephanie Condren again, HR Analyst with the city. Action item A5 tonight seeks your approval of the revised recruitment bulletin for street maintenance supervisor in the Public Works Department. The street maintenance supervisor classification is responsible for managing the city's street, tree, storm drains, sewer system, and parking meter maintenance programs to ensure safe and efficient operations. The position assigns and directs the work of crews engaged in construction, maintenance, and repair of streets, alleys, structures and facilities, traffic painting and signing, trees, storm drain, sewer system, and parking meters. The proposed changes to the recruitment bulletin reflect an addition to the job duties and a change to the minimum requirements. The change to the minimum requirements reflects the certification as an arborist through the International Society of Arboriculture being required within 1 year of appointment if not submitted at time of application. A copy of the revised bulletin for street maintenance supervisor is attached to your agenda packet, and I do have the maintenance operations manager, Gary Wansley, virtually if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. I just have one, and maybe Mr. Wensley, was it, may be able to answer. Does adding the requirement of being capable of acting as a city forest, was it urban forester, has that hindered or proven to be difficult to recruit people to, for the job of this classification? I understand ISA can be rather daunting to get that certification.
I'll do my best to answer, then I'll unmute him as well. So it's an added job duty to the recruitment bulletin, and it is a lengthy process to receive that certification.
Yeah.
I know it's something that we looked into and discussed, which is why, as part of the minimum requirements, we're allowing them to obtain it within 1 year of appointment
Okay.
to allow for that additional time for them to receive that certification. But I will also unmute Gary if he has anything else to add.
Yeah, I was just curious to see if, I mean, it makes sense for, on the part of the city, but does that hinder the talent pool coming in? So.
Good evening,
There he is.
Civil Service Commission. It does limit the talent pool, but it is a necessary requirement for the position due to the nature of the city's urban forest.
Okay, I assume we have just a single urban forester for the city, is that correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, so if that person is not available, then this particular staff member would have to step in at that point. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if one more question, I guess, unfortunately, I'm thinking of other issues that could arise. The certification that's given by ISA, does that also include risk assessment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is that at once upon a time, I used to be a street service supervisor, but working for the city of LA, and they tried to get us to do all this, and I looked into it, and I said, why would I want to subject myself to this additional training if they're not going to pay me for it? So I'm glad to see Culver City is a little more forward-thinking on that and trying to expand the duties to something that I think is very necessary. Having a single urban forester is, in my opinion, not enough. So, okay. Thank you very much. That's all the questions I have at the moment. Thank you.
I did have a follow-up question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
And that is, what do you see as a time frame that is comfortable to achieve certification as an arborist?
So the current staff who are rotating in the acting street maintenance supervisor position, they're working closely with the current urban forester. And the hope is that they can achieve that accomplishment with the certification within 1 year.
Yeah.
And are we allowing then for an extended period of time if needed?
That's a topic that did come up. The concern is that we get the most qualified or the highest qualified person to apply for the position.
All right.
But I would have to speak with the director and the human resources director to see if that's an option.
Culver City used to do its own tree maintenance going back a couple years. And, now it is sublet, of course. And there's no other person now left within the city that qualifies as an arborist, I take it?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
And Commissioner Stern, to answer your question with respect to the 1-year period, the department believes that that is sufficient time in order for them to obtain the period. We typically wouldn't extend that because it is a requirement. There is a 1-year probationary period. So that
Yes.
time aligns with that probationary period, if that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Does the city allow for time, time within the workday, if you will, to gain the knowledge?
That's typically coordinated with the department, depending on the level of training. If it's departmental training, usually the department would allocate some time to support it, but it's based on the independent operation. I think Mr. Wansley was going to add to that, but there are particular job development and professional development courses where employees are allowed to do that on city time.
Thank you.
Yeah, the requirements are fairly daunting. I know the last time I checked, it's you do have to invest a certain amount of time. In
I'm
that.
sure.
So
Yeah,
It's,
the question is, is it fair to ask of the employee, or do they have to do this on their own time, if you will?
well,
I
I don't know how much of it's on their own time, but they do have to allow for time to do that, and so they may choose to coordinate with their supervisors to make sure that there's an opportunity to make sure it happens, because this is, if they do get promoted or accept this promotion, then it's, Dana's right, it's a job requirement, condition of job employment.
No, I
So-
understand that. But your concern was whether or not we could attract people. And so,
I can see this might tend to limit that, because at least where I was at, it was two separate functions, and it was two separate people, who held
Yes.
those particular responsibilities. That's probably not feasible here for Culver City. They
I
probably
understand.
can't support that kind of a work model, but still.
but as an added incentive, I'm thinking that if the person was given some work time,
Well,
to accomplish this.
if you actually went full-time, it's possible to get the certification in as little as 6 to 8 months.
Well,
So I think 12 months should be enough.
I think Dana did address this,
Yeah.
in that, yes,
Yeah.
the city will accommodate.
Yeah,
Which is good.
They'll work towards it. They'll help that individual work towards that.
Yeah,
So-
well, time-wise.
Yes.
Which is good, because as you say, you're concerned about attracting candidates. And, that's an incentive.
Yeah, I think so. But I do agree that we do need somebody with those capabilities, however
No,
daunting it may
definitely.
sound.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Dana.
No, I was going to say, Commissioner Stern, if I could add, I think with the new added responsibility, we will be able to identify as far as the talent that we recruit with the particular opening. I think it is a skill that is necessary for the city.
Sure.
So we're hoping to attract people that have the certification, but if not, willing to work with them to obtain them to be, an additional asset as well as succession planning for the city. So we'll see, and, if things don't work out, we typically will revisit it and adjust as needed.
That's nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns? Okay, with that, then, I move that we approve item A5 as read into the minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Thank
So
you.
I have a motion by Vice Chair Gong and a second by Commissioner Stern to approve the revised recruitment bulletin for street maintenance supervisor. I'm going to go ahead and call for a voice vote, if that's okay?
Please.
Okay. Commissioner Stern, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Lepardo, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Gong, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay. And the motion passes with 3 yeses.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that takes care of, that concludes the action items. Do we have any public comments for items on the agenda?
I have received none.
Okay, thank you. Are there items from staff?
I do have a couple, just so you know, you all would have received your vacancy list there on the dais. And then want to advise you all that, as a reminder, and I will be sending out email communication to the commission as well, we have the grievance hearing starting on Monday, October 20th, and that will be held in the Patachi Room. It will be posted as a public meeting, and the commission will open their meeting and then close into that closed session hearing, and then report out at the end as a public meeting as well. Just want to remind you all of that, starting on the 20th.
Thank you. Is it also scheduled for 9 a.m.?
Yes, that was the plan,
Okay.
unless there's some
No,
change
I just
that
want
I
to
was not aware
verify.
of.
I just want to verify. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I have. I don't know if Dina has anything else to add. Okay,
Okay,
we're good.
thank you. Are there any items from any of the commission members? No? I don't have any specific items either, so at this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Seconded?
Muted myself. Go ahead and vote. Commissioner Stern, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Commissioner Lepardo, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Gong, how do you vote?
Aye.
And we are adjourned, and it's 8:31.
Thank you very much. I wish also to thank staff for making things happen. It can be difficult, I see, so,
Yeah.
but thank you very much.
You're most welcome. I appreciate your patience again.